String library functions. The C++ compiler comes with a large set of useful string handling library functions. Some of the commonly used functions include strlen function, length function, strcpy function, strcat function, and strcmp function. Number 1. strlen function and length function. These functions count the number of characters present in a string. You can also use the size function. Program 33. Find the length of initialized character array, initialized string, and initialized dynamic string. Here is the program code. On line 6, the character array, ARR, is initialized with the value software engineering. On line 9, the length of this array is determined and stored to variable len1. On line 7, we initialize the string s with some text. On line 10, we determine the length of characters in the string s and store it in len2. On line 11, we dynamically initialize the strlen function with text matter and store its length in len3. We then print the length of all three strings. Next among the string handling library functions is the strcpy function. This function copies the contents of one string into another. Program 34. Suppose villain is Iron Man and hero is Ironmonger. Swap them and print the real hero and real villain. Here is the program code. I define the villain as Iron Man and hero as Ironmonger. I declare a temporary character array with just a space. The square bracket is empty. I print the hero and villain. Then I swap or interchange both of them. Finally, I print the real hero and real villain. Number 3. strcat function. This function concatenates or joins two strings. In this sample code, two character strings A and B are joined by the strcat function. Joined value is stored in A and is displayed. You can also concatenate two strings by the plus sign and by the append function. In this example, we have string s1, string s2. We append them by the command s1.append s2. Joined string is stored in s1 and is displayed. Similarly, using plus sign, we concatenate s1 with a text in quotes and store it in s2. Then s2 is displayed. Number 4. strcmp function. This function compares two strings and finds out whether they are same or different. It returns 0 if both the strings are identical. Example: strcmp, s1, s2. It returns 0 if s1 equals s2. Note: also try these string functions. Find function, substr function, swap function. Program 35. Accept two words. Compare them, and print if they are same or not. Here is the code. On line 11, I have used strcmp function to check if the first word is same as the next word. I test it with different inputs. In the first, Thor and Hulk are entered. They don't match. In the second try, I provide Thor and Thor. But since the second Thor has small letter T, the words again don't match. In my third try, the two words match. Let's next learn about the two-dimensional array of characters. A character array with multiple rows and columns forms the two-dimensional array of characters. For example, a list of 5 names consists of 5 rows and columns based on the length of each name. Let's understand it with an example. This program stores 6 most popular surnames. Then it accepts any surname from the user and checks if it is among the top surnames. On line 6, we declare the 6 most popular surnames. Using the for loop, we check if the entered surname matches any of the declared surnames, and then prints the result. Check results of output 1 and output 2. In output 3, I entered Smith with small letter s. Note that in line 14, I used the strcmp function. It ignores case-sensitive letters. In the declaration on line 6 in program code, we have Smith with capital S. When using the normal strcmp function, this will not match the Smith, with small lettered s. But since we have used this new function, strcmp, the small letter is ignored, and Smith is regarded as top surname. Let's next move over to predefined mathematical functions. C++ provides us with several mathematical functions as listed below. Let's next write a program to find the square root of a number. Here is the code. Note that on line 9, I have passed variable x to the strct function. It returns the square root of value in x, and then is printed on screen. In output 1, I enter 256, and its square root, 16, is printed. In output 2, I enter 19, and square root of 19 is printed. So dear learner, we come to an end of this chapter. Let's meet in the next session on structures, union, and enumeration. Until then, bye and take care.